Hi, everybody. This is Brooke with Conversations with Brooke and 100 Years of Bliss. And as always, I bring different questions that people have asked me, and I want to make sure that I answer them in a place that you can come and you can learn more and hopefully dive in, and hopefully I can help you during your healing process, get more understanding, and grow who you are. So, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, what are things that have helped me on my healing process? And there's been so many, but I want to share some of the ones that were fairly key for me. One thing that I realized as I was going through my healing process was that not only did I get to a certain point where I had to start taking responsibility for where I was at, but the thoughts that I had and the things that had led me to there, we are a victim up to a certain point. If you were raised or born into or grew up in these different environments, you didn't necessarily join them. You didn't join this religious sect. You didn't join this cult. You were brought into it when you were a child. But there's a lot of people, as adults that they join them too. You have your own story of something that led you to that, and that's your own pain. I mean, typically most people are not knowingly going into these situations and going, yeah, I knew what I was signing up for, because if you did, you wouldn't. But to begin that healing process, one of the things you have to do is, and that's very helpful, is realizing that there's a lot of people on this earth and there's a lot of people on this planet, in your town, in your city, that have been through a lot of the same pain, and some that have had it worse than you. As much as I've been through, and as much abuse that I've taken, and as much struggle as I've had, one of the things that's been incredibly motivating for me is that I have the ability to impact other people. And when I'm in the middle of just my shit sucks, life is this, life is that, the one thing that's always pulled me out is how I can impact others. Now, when I first came out of the cult, I had a really, and partially too, there's a few different things that happened, I had very small children. So I got divorced and I was 22 years old and I had two children, and I had been promised this life, right? I had been raised in that I was this, child of something higher, and that we were going to bring spiritual enlightenment upon this planet, and that we were going to, all this different stuff. And I was told that if I just followed the rules and followed what I was told and married who I was told I needed to marry, that my life was going to be better than my parents, and that we were going to create this spiritual, this spiritual depth. So when I got divorced, that was this blow. Most people, when they get divorced, it's they've lost the love of their life. I didn't have that. This is somebody that I had been put in a relationship with. I didn't feel like I had lost the love of my life. I felt like I had been spiritually lied to, because I had been told that if I did everything I was told to do, I would have a certain outcome, and getting divorced was not one of them. So I was like, okay. So first I went into, well, this must be my fault because I must have spiritually fucked it up. The only option is that I'm just, I must have spiritually screwed this shit up so bad that I had every option and every opportunity, but I didn't do it right. And I remember I was so angry, and then I remember that I had, and there I am, and I have two little toddlers because my kids are 15 months apart. So I have two little toddlers, and all I'm thinking to myself at the time is I didn't sign up for this. I had no skills. I was I was 22, 23 years old. I'm like, how am I going to raise two kids by myself? I didn't know what I was doing. And I was sitting there one day and I was like, my kids didn't sign up for this. My kids didn't sign up either. Like, they didn't go, hey, it'd be really great to be raised by a single mother their entire life. And especially one who's resentful about her life. And I changed my attitude that day. And I decided that I was not going to, that I was going to do everything I could to give them the most functional life I could, to give them the best life that I could give them from where I was at. And I still do that. I still live by trying to give something to my children that's incredibly meaningful and to be emotionally available for my children. And they are amazing adults at this point. You have to find the things that motivate you to do better and to go beyond what you were raised in or the environment that you fell into. It doesn't matter how you got there. It doesn't matter why you got there. You have to devote yourself to the things that matter enough to pull you out of that fucked mindset. So my kids did that for me, because when I came out of that, I didn't have it to do it for myself. If I did not have children, I probably would not have done it, because I did not love myself or see enough value in who I was as a person. And this is still heartbreaking to me because I really do like myself now. It's taken me a long time, but I really love myself. But I didn't love myself for years. So the only reason I did so many things in my life was just for my kids. That was it. That's all I had. It was like, well, I'm going to do this for my kids because they deserve better. And that was my story for a very long time, is that my kids deserved better. It was the longest time before I realized I also deserved better. And, there's a lot of people out there who have it really bad, and you have to find a reason for why you're going to move through this pain. Because you've been through a fucking lot. And it's not going to be, there may be a lot of days where you're not doing it for yourself. There may be a lot of days where you're doing it for your children, or you're doing it for a loved one, or you just know that you have an ability to create an impact on other people. There is something beautiful and golden within you that other people need to see. But when we're stuck in our pain, we can't get past that. And sometimes you need things to pop you the fuck out of it. And there was a lot of days my kids did that for me. And there's another thing that I teach people, and this is a tool that I want to give you guys today. We have a consistent, people consistently run on different vibration. And I kind of explain this to people in a way, you'll meet people sometimes and they bring you down just like the second you meet them, that you just all of a sudden feel like drained. And you'll meet other people who all of a sudden, like, you meet them and you just feel uplifted just immediately. And that's that there's different people and we are all at different vibrations at any given time, but within ourselves we can go up and down. Like, I know the difference when you're feeling really up and you're feeling like you can conquer the world, and you have your days where you feel like you don't know how you're going to get out of bed. And we go between the two. So when you're very stressed out, you're usually at a fairly low vibration, and it's hard to heal or see your way out of the situation when you're at that state. There's some science behind it. I can share more information with you, but there's a lot of amazing people out there who do all different kinds of research on this. I give you the most simple version of it because this is what I do. So if you're very stuck in a moment, you have to find ways to raise your vibration so that you can get a different set of thinking, so you can change your thinking in the moment so that you can pull out of it. So part of what we're doing is we're just breaking through some different thinking. And so it's about creating habits that are going to help pull you out of that thinking. And my kids were one of those, but there was other things I did. And I've talked a little bit about meditation, and I've given you guys some meditations to do if you've gone through some of my other videos. But exercise does it. If you're having a bad day and you go real hard exercising, 30 minutes. Even a walk will help you. If the most you ever do is just go for a 30-minute walk to clear your head, it has so much value. It can totally pull you up and pull you in and raise your vibration. So for me, I enjoy running. I enjoy running because it clears my mind. And sometimes when I'm in the thick of not being able to think through things, the only thing I need to do is just clear my mind. It's not about, I just need to start with a clean slate. So running is incredible. Running for me, it could be dancing for you, it could be swimming for you, it could be cycling, it could be anything. It doesn't matter. Go play volleyball. I don't care, but go do it and clear the slate. Get your heart rate going enough. Go for a walk. Clear the slate. And then music. Turning on uplifting music. Music can depress the shit out of you too, so make sure you're watching what you put on, but putting on music will do a lot for you. So, excuse me, put on music. Bill Withers' Lovely Day, I put it on a lot of mornings because I think Bill Withers' Lovely Day is an amazing way to get up and go. There's no way you could be sad when that music comes on. It's just a great one. So find a piece of music that means something to you, and hopefully that's another tool you can stick in your belt, so when you need it, it'll help you through whatever it is you need to get help through. As always, if you'd like to connect with me, I'd love to give you one of my free blueprints, and you can get that at 100yearsofbliss.com. That's 100yearsofbliss.com. And fill out my quiz, and I'll invite you to my private Facebook group. I hope you all are having an amazing day. I look forward to connecting with you when you go to my website and through any kind of social media you're interested in connecting on. And have an amazing day, and speak with you soon. Bye-bye.